We've got a nickel bag tonight. It's the equivalent of 2 boxes. It's going to be boxes 87 and 88 in Series 1. Quest to find that 1950D. Welcome back to Silver in the Big Sky. And yeah, a nickel bag. The bags are dropping. The change is really starting to roll through the banks right now. We might not be doing a whole lot of boxes for a little bit. I've got a dime bag over there waiting, $1,000 dime bag. I've got 3 more full quarter bags sitting over there and a couple of penny bags. It's been pretty nuts. Here's a little look at the Big Sky this evening. It was really nice, sunny day, all day today and all weekend, but just kind of clouded up with some storms rolling around. So who knows what we'll expect here. We're going to jump right into it. Here's the books that we're trying to fill. And again, I've shown this before, but just the 1950D is the only slot in there. It's a pesky one. It's one of the most difficult ones to find. Though in the last hunt, we did find 2 1938Ds. And I really appreciate all you guys that pay attention. And everyone asked, I think that last one was a S. And I just put it under the scope, and it was, in fact, a D. Dang, I was actually hoping it was an S. All right, we're going to jump right in. If you've got 10 seconds to help us, please like, comment, and share. We appreciate you all. And as always, I want to call out my channel members. We have, we're down to 2 or 3 right now because Mr. Pennington, I believe our first channel member, his membership just ran out. So we've got Brian Jarvis, 2901, Bo Richwalski, our 2 bronze members, and Scruff Coins, our 1 silver member. Again, I'm going to put the first 8 on here. So I've got a couple on here that are former members, but we'd appreciate to have you back, and would appreciate you if you're new. Here's a quick look at our numbers. There's 86 boxes now on Series 1, 16 boxes on Series 2, 42 boxes on the year. And yeah, it's been a couple of hunts since we found some more nickels, but 38 of those on the year. 3 hunts in a row with a buffalo and that V-nickel in the last hunt. Let's jump in there and get hunting. Thanks for being here. Well, I am a little over a quarter of the way through the bag and have my first find. Was a little nuts here, was getting a little worried. Side finds have been good. I mean, we've got 4 finds in the 50s. Already 2024 Denvers. If you're not familiar, it's a modern lower mintage coin that definitely sells for more than face value. It's been a little bit since I checked the price. A little bit of a side find. I need Jesus. Wow. I mean, that's a bold statement there. I'm hoping I'm not in that big of need, but I guess if you're in need of that coin, let us know and we can ship it out to you. But our first pre-50s find is going to be a 1941. Just a common year. Did have 3 different mintages. This one's a filly. So we've got a 41 filly. We are on the board with a 40s find. Let's hope there's more. Just maybe a couple of rolls later or so. I think I'm in my next handful, actually. Got to that one and got me a little excited because it almost had that silver look to it. But it's just going to be another oldie, 1946. This one's out of Denver. Second 40s find. Same handful. I can't believe what I'm looking at. A 1938, which is a first-year Jefferson nickel. Kind of shocking when I've only got 2 on the board that are before a 1953. If you saw our last hunt, we found 2 1938 Denvers. So the Denver and the San Francisco are both key dates. The 38 Philly is a better date. And we still don't have that one for Series 2, actually. Looking at that one, it's not a very nice coin, though we did find a not nice coin that did have a mint mark in the last one. But that is clearly a 38. That 3 does kind of look like a 5. Show us a San Francisco. Looks like, oh, I thought that was a D, but that is a, look at that. We got a San Francisco. Let's actually scope that. I felt silly in the last one. I did not scope that when I wasn't sure. Look at that. San Francisco minted 1938. No way we found the D and the S before the Philly in Series 2. I don't know how many of those we have, but I know in that last hunt with the 38Ds, we had only found 2 ever before that, and found 2 in one hunt. Wow, a 1938 San Francisco key date. That's awesome. Just got another handful out. Well, a couple of handfuls. Have not even touched a coin in there yet. And look at that. Anytime you see that large mint mark over the Monticello building, you know you've got a silver wartime nickel. This one's going to be a Philadelphia, 35% silver. So it's going to be either, it's going to be between a 42 and a 45, obviously. Most likely a 43. And there it is. That was your most common mintage there. So a 43 Philly. We have silver in the big sky. Silver wartime nickel, 1943. We have a key date to go with it. This bag is heating up. Almost at the end of that same handful with the silver. Got a 1947 right there. What mint mark on this one? There is a mint mark. Looks like an S. So we've got another S. I don't have the mint amounts in front of me. Typically, the S's are better dates, at least. But yeah, that's a good-looking coin, too. I would say we're right around the halfway mark of the bag. So I'll box in, and there's another 40s find. This one, a 1940 out of Philly. We'll take it. Into the second half of the bag now. I'm going to have another 40s find. This one, a second 1941. I think the last one we found was a Philly. This one's also a Philly. Side note, yeah, the 2024 Denvers have gotten ridiculous. Well, we've got maybe a quarter of the bag left or so, and the 40s finds continue to be a little slow, but look at that. Another pre-40s find. This one, a first 1939 of the hunt. Of course, the 39 Denver and San Francisco, again, are key dates. Judging by the condition here, again, I'm going to assume that we've got a Philly, and then we can scope it for the DDR and check it to see if it's a Henning nickel. And we don't have a mint mark. All right, we'll check that again for the stuff I just mentioned, but we do have our first 1939 of the hunt. Same handful as that 39. I just came to that coin, and look at that oddity. I'm looking at the edge there, and that looks like it's got the rim, and it just didn't get stamped. That looks like a frickin', look at that. You can see the edge right there. That looks like a blank planchet. A nickel blank planchet. That's the first one I've ever found. Wow, look at that. Same size as the nickel. Yeah, they are identical. Unbelievable. I'm going to weigh that thing up just to make sure and double check here, but wow. I think we've got a blank planchet found in circulation. Getting down there with just a couple of handfuls left, and I just came to that coin. I was like, oh, sweet, another 40s find. Well, nah, that's not just a 40s find. That's silver. 43 has to be silver. 1943, a coin that's seen better days for sure. And it's another Philly. So we've got 2 Deja Vu 43 Phillies for the board. Where was the silver at? Right there. We'll put that up there. Now we've got 2 silver. Same handful. Gonna have another 40s find. This one a 1949. I think that's the first 49 of the hunt. Of course, the San Francisco can be a semi-key date. And it's just the Philly. But we'll still take it. First 1949. Getting near the end. Only one handful left. But gonna have another 1940s find. This one a 1941. Also at a Philly. I believe that's the third one of those. Well, that's a wrap on the bag. The bag can get pretty nasty at the end. Even found an O-ring. Yeah, didn't film that because somebody would probably tell me I planted that or something. Funny. I fun. I make jokes. Side note on that, I'm not sure that's a blank planchet. It did not weigh what a nickel weighs. I'll go over that in the recap. I do want to cover these 4 in fines. We had a 5 since 2001 at a Bermuda. Don't find a whole lot of Bermuda coin, but feels like I've said that a few times as of late. We had a 1 peso 2021. And yeah, that covers the no Canadian. That's interesting. Didn't find any Canadian. And found a gajillion of these 2024 Denvers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are stacks of 9. So 54, 55, 56. Wow, 56 2024s. I mean, you're talking, I don't know what those are selling for. 50 cents a piece, maybe. We're not talking 815 July 4th privy marked quarters in a hunt, if you know what I mean. All right, let me set to the board. We'll do a little recap here on the finds of the hunt. Another successful hunt is in the books, but still short of that 1950D. Dang it. We like to have 40 finds or 20 finds per box, 40 finds in the hunt. Well, we kind of covered that in the 24 Denvers alone, having 47 of them. Pretty crazy. As I mentioned just before, this actually weighed only 4.2 compared to, I think it was 4.9 for a regular nickel. Let's just check this out again real quick. Yeah, 4.9 on a Jefferson nickel. And only 4.3 on that, so I don't know. That can't be a blank planchet, can it? Let me know what you think that is. All right, moving on. We did have an 09 Denver. I didn't mention that. We, of course, had the I Need Jesus. I hope that's not a sign. And then the finds of the hunt. We had a pile. Look at that. All those late 50s were all Denvers. 359 Denvers. I think it was 558 Denvers, a couple of 57 Denvers, a 56 Denver, 255 Denvers. 1954, we had a Philly. 53, we had a Philly. 1952, we had a Denver. 49, a Philly. 47, we had that San Francisco. I'm looking up at the mintages. Slightly better date. 24.7 million on that. 46, we had a Denver. 41, we had 3 Phillies. 40, we had a Denver. And then the finds of the hunt. 39, second year Jefferson nickel, just a Philly. Nothing spectacular about that. The 38 key date San Francisco. Look at that. Beauty. Slaughter in Series 2. I forgot to look how many we have of those. That I bet you that's only the second one of those that we've ever found. And then 2 silver wartime nickels, both 1943 Phillies. Believe it or not, a slaughter in the book. They're both pretty nasty. I think I'll slot that one. So 2 slaughters in Series 2. And that's going to get us to 52 is 65. So now we're 18 boxes in on Series 2, 88 on Series 1. Will we ever find the 50D? But we're up to 52 is 65, including 2 key dates there. Pretty crazy. So yeah, we're going to be slotting that one right there. And then that 38D, or sorry, San Francisco, up there. Hope you enjoyed this hunt. We certainly appreciate you being here. And yeah, look forward to seeing you in the next hunt.